The epic and unbeatable Scrabble. The Nerds with Attitude!
Welcome to the N.W.A Nerds with Attitude. What is up, my fellow beautiful, wonderful nerds? This is Shin here, aka Walt, and I am joined by the N.W.A. I have my brother, Flores Bloom, Noah.
What's up?
I don't know if we had congratulated you on air or whatnot. His girl is with the child. He's bringing another Noah.
Oh, boy, you gonna catch your weed, bud.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be good with the two.
We got my other brother, AnimusPrime, JR. Say what's up.
What's up?
And we have our new member, good friend of mine, Jimmy Max.
So I basically want to say thank you guys for accepting me into the Nerds with Attitude, even though my situation, my psychosis. No, I'm just
Oh, never change, Jimmy. Never change. And today we are talking about something that I 100% believe it's the best cartoon animated show this year. At least that's how much I love this show. We're talking about Kid Cosmic, and I don't know if it's just because it has like superhero and comic book themes going on to it, but like everything about this show is just great. I love it. I love it so much. I can't speak about for the others here, but like at least for this year, the start of this year, I've seen quite a few animated stuff, but this one like it impressed me. Listen, and I'm a very hard person to be impressed. Not as hard as Noah, which I'm gonna throw it to Noah. Did you enjoy Kid Cosmic?
Hell nah, this shit was trash, man. What you?
man,
Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was about to say, man.
Nah, I enjoyed it.
He loves nothing.
Nah, I enjoyed Kid Cosmic. I did enjoy it. It was cool.
JR?
Yeah, I enjoyed this. This is a very cool cartoon. Like the animation, like the stories, like the characters. I liked all of that.
And Jimmy?
oh man, what can I say about Kid Cosmic? You got fucking the Avengers, you got the Power Rangers, you got everything, man. It couldn't have been a better. Alright, I like it. That's all I'm gonna say. I like it.
I mean, we'll get into it. We will get into it. All right. Well, I mean, we can talk. We can just jump into this, especially with the animation. Like, the animation, it felt like a real comic book. It gave me that real comic book feel. I know. Every episode, especially when it ended and everything, it gave you that comic book feel where you saw the pages turn and you saw that the cover when they're just fighting what's his name? Larry? It's not Larry. The alien. Chuck. Yes. Stuck Chuck. Yo, I love Stuck Chuck, and I like his turn. Oh man, just straight up, you already know we the Nerds with Attitude. We gonna spoil everything. So like, if you ain't seen the show, go watch it. That's all I would say. It's a quick, easy watch. It's 10 episodes on Netflix.
And I promise you gonna watch them quick. And you gonna come back and you gonna be like, "Ooh, that's what he meant by Power Rangers." All right.
But Stuck Chuck, man.
Hey, I saw that turn coming a mile away, though.
I mean, yeah, I saw.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
He was getting too comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you, like, since we just already jumping into it and the spoiler tags have been tagged, I don't really understand how the great leader, and I don't understand how they was the first ones to get there. I mean, like, once you figure out the real reason that the rest of the invasion is coming, how the hell did they get there first? They wasn't the ones to shoot ship.
Oh, you talking about besides the four the other four aliens from each planet had came before him?
They came for their rocks. There was no rock for the Chuck race, the great leader race.
Yeah, well, Chuck.
They just wanted the power.
Yeah, remember Chuck was chasing that buddy, the trucker guy. I don't know his name either. I don't even think they even said his name.
They just delivery guy.
Yeah, but he was chasing him. Their whole fleet was chasing him for the stones because they held power and all that jazz. And that's the reason why. And then Chuck he put out the call to the great leader and brought him there. So there's that too. So I mean, it kind of makes sense because they were already heading towards wherever the rocks were, because we already got that thing where, like, hey, yeah, the stones they're powerful and people want them, and then we didn't get the aliens with the home planets and everything until afterwards. And I mean, that's the same thing Muscle's glasses or Buddy was saying. He was like, we didn't care about that guy. We already knew about him. We cared about these dudes. That was what those dudes were.
Yeah.
But you guys like the animation?
Oh yeah, I fucking loved it.
Was the animation like? Did they turn down the frames per second?
Yeah, they turned down the frames. They made it like more like unique.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to how they did in
Spider-Verse.
Inner Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Maybe like what is it? Page turn animation style.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like everything about this show, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it goes really well with their character designs. Like, their character designs look all sketchy. Kind of like
Klabam.
Kind of like Foster.
Yeah, they have like
what?
Really
oh, you don't know Kablam?
Stretchable bodies.
Kablam.
I love Kablam. Hey, and that's what they king of stretchable bodies.
Kablam was I guess a cartoon show. It spawned a lot of stuff on Nickelodeon, but it was like
a comic book.
Yeah.
About 2 kids.
Yeah.
But it was a sketch comedy show at the same time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it wasn't even a comic book.
It was like animated, all that, or
shorts. Animated shorts kind of thing.
It even had ads in it.
Yeah, they did. They did have ads in it. And then like legit shows came from that, like Action League Now.
Angela.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I remember this.
Chalk Zone came from there.
The alien. Dang, what was the alien name? They gave me something. It was actually good. I'm gonna think of it. Hold on.
Don't worry. But like I enjoyed the animation. Like it was really, that was like one of the things that like really took me forward and made me fall in love with the show was the animation. What about you, Noah?
Alien and the Caveman. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the alien in the cave. I forgot all about that one.
been forever since I saw this one.
Yeah.
So to have you guys like remember it from memory, that amazed me.
Oh yeah. No animation.
It was dope, man. I enjoyed it. I ain't had no complaints. No real complaints about this show.
Real well.
Yeah,
We can
like,
get into
there's-
characters. We get into characters and stuff like that. Was there any characters that you didn't like, or you had like favorite characters or whatnot?
My favorite character is probably hands down Little Girl. I can't think of her name.
I think Rose.
Yeah,
Rosa.
yeah.
Yeah. 100%,
Rosa. Yeah,
100% it's her.
She was like 4.
Yeah, favorite character.
and the most charismatic character in the whole.
Yeah, dog. She was the MVP of the team. Without her, there ain't nothing.
Well, I mean,
Without her, there ain't shit, man. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it.
She proved her worth multiple times.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I get why you say that, but I mean, without Joe, the team ain't. They're just
Man,
random dudes.
Rosa just soloed the whole aliens. Like,
Joe is the leader, so obviously that's like the Leonardo or the Red fucking Ranger. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what does
Yeah.
she really need? Rosa, get big and get these niggas.
Rosa is
All right.
Yeah, basically, she just aims her. She just aims the gun, which is Rosa.
Yeah.
I
Rosa,
mean,
we can get to the castle. Oh, no problem.
Rosa MVP. She won all the medals and everything.
she did get a lot of medals.
She did.
And
It proves how awesome she.
if y'all know, she mastered her powers first.
She did. That's great.
You got any characters that you didn't like?
Nah, I don't got no characters I didn't like. I can't say I disliked them.
Oh, you didn't like you. So you like Kid?
I mean, I don't really. He's okay. I mean, he wasn't like. I didn't really. He didn't bother me, I guess.
I felt Kid very annoying until he learned his.
Yeah.
He was like post Ben 10. That's what he was. He was Ben when he was a 10 years old kid.
Well, you know what's funny? I have a 9-year-old son, and he acts just like that. So I guess I was used to it. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess he.
You relate to him.
Yeah, exactly how I thought he would act, like a 10-year-old.
Yeah. I found Kid super annoying.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, JR. You had any characters
Yeah.
that you didn't like or your favorite characters?
My favorite character is Chuck. Like, I fucking love Chuck. I love the way he berates Kid every time he fucks up. And I'm like, suck it.
I just wish I wish they just had like a second voice thing, because I loved his voice at the beginning, and then he just kind of sounded like a freaking crackhead at towards the end after he lost his voice thing and gave it to the cat.
Oh, I thought that's hilarious, to be honest. Oh, the fucking cat! I forgot all about the fucking. You know what? Forget it.
Good old tuna fish. Any characters, besides Kid, was there any other characters that you didn't like?
That I didn't like.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Not that I can recall.
What was the things you didn't like about Kid?
Oh, how kind of he's like this self-entitled hero. He thinks that he should be the one to like have all the power, and yeah, he shares it, but he still thinks of himself as like this great hero. When he obviously fucks up all the time, and not in a way that's really what is it? Like endearing. Like it's not really that endearing because you see everybody else doing like so good like, with their powers. Like fucking Rosa, a 4-year-old kid, does better than a kid who dreams about being a hero since he was little. So yeah. And there are times where he's like so petty about it too. Like I couldn't stand him. It was only until like the last arc where I actually like, okay, he's learning his lesson, okay? Hopefully he'll be better now. So that's my take on Kid.
All right. Jimmy?
Favorite character? I think my favorite character would have to probably be Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa?
Grandpa Joe, man.
Papa J?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Papa J. Hold on. Did I? Am I still here?
Yeah, you hear?
Yeah.
I heard a noise. I didn't know what it was.
No,
But
Papa J.
anyway, yeah, I like his power. First of all, you know anything about me.
Yeah.
Like his power, but he's a real grandpa type of character. He's just out to help out his grandson, spend time with him, live his life, and like just push him towards whatever it is that his destiny is. And yeah, he did it in some weird ways. But do you remember when they was fighting the dogs and he sent all the clones out and they was out there just getting fucked up? Yeah. that shit was dope. That shit was dope.
Hey, this show was brutal too. Like they weren't holding no punches and stuff like that, man. They cut a man in half. I know he's an alien and everything, but they cut that man in half.
Left him in half.
Yeah, man. In the various ways that Grandpa, like the clones, died.
Yeah.
Like that freaked me out at first. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
but then later on, they get like used to it, and it's very disconcerting.
Yeah, like real fast. Least favorite character. I don't know. It will maybe be Glasses Muscles. But fuck him. We gonna talk about Kid. In defense of Kid. Check this out. As a parent with kids, his name is right on fucking point. And I can see why he sucks. He's kind of selfish and he's self-absorbed and he really wanted all the powers to himself all along and to just be the hero all along. And that's real naive and fucking crazy. And we as adults are like, that's fucking naive and crazy. You're fucking stupid. Learn how to use your shit. Have a team. Put some shit together. Have a plan. But kids don't fucking do that. I think about it like if my kids got a fucking superpower right now, goddamn. Shit. These motherfuckers are fucking crazy. Hell no. And like you say, oh, but Rosa, she's 4. Yeah, my 1-year-old seems way smarter than my 11-year-old sometimes. It's crazy. So I can totally see redeeming qualities in Kid. He's gonna learn, he's gonna grow, he's gonna develop into a real hero because that's what he aspires to be. He's is not my least favorite character. It's Glasses Muscles.
I would also say about Kid too. I mean, he does read a lot of comics. So once he got, the powers and everything like that, once he found those stones and everything and learned about the powers and everything, his imagination just blew up. And, since he found it first and everything, he felt like he was destined for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he is very unbearable at times. Like this is a great origin story for the local heroes. It was a great origin story. Like, it was one of the best origin stories I've ever seen. But like Kid actually grew towards the end. Like, he learned and everything, and he grew as a character. You saw the growth in him and everything. He didn't regress, or he didn't have to learn the same thing throughout the same 10 episodes. They told a very tight packed with a bunch of stuff happening, but it was tight and concise for 10 episodes. It was a great 10 issues. And I can't wait till volume 2. But also about Papa J, I'm more interested about because the dude with the alien guys, the man in black, he said something to Papa J. Was like, "Oh, I've seen your file," and when he said that, Papa J was like, and he looked down and everything, and I was like, "What did he do? What did he do back in the day?"
He was a killer. That's why he was all right with just dying over and over and over.
He had to have been some kind of inventor too, man.
Something going on, because he really was building some shit quickly.
Yeah.
Even to have multiple of yourself, goddamn. You out here like the kids there for 2 out 4 technology and shit.
But yeah, I personally, I mean, I like all the characters that y'all just named and everything. I don't even know if I have like a true favorite. I mean, I did go more akin with the Joe, just because she was more, because the way she was acting, that's probably how I would act if a random 9-year-old kid that I knew gave me powers and whatnot, gave me these stones and everything. I probably would have acted the same way. Like, man, we need some kind of plan or whatnot.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And Joe was black, so there's that.
True.
And her mom, like, it was so great. Let me move into favorite moments and stuff. But it was cool when the people of the town, they found out about the powers and everything, and how they was reacting and everything. It was like, no, dog. The mom and dad of Rosa, they was like, no, and Rosa was like, no, we gonna crush them. Let's go. Rosa was a thug. Rosa was a thug.
Those parents were quick to get her gem away from her.
Yeah, they were super quick. But, like, I mean, and the side characters, even Joe's mom, who's running the diner and everything, she was a cool character too. She was very understanding mom too. Like, everybody did freak out at first with the when they saw the powers and everything, even the aliens and everything. But then it just they just rolled with it at that point. Which I would probably check out the comics, but it was great. But like, my favorite moment besides them learning about the powers and everything, I think the most favorite moment for me was the Power Rangers. Oh man, those Power Rangers. When the Power Rangers came, dog, when they showed up
They theme song.
with that theme song, dog. I lost my goddamn mind. I was like, yo. I think that's probably like when that showed up, when that happened, I was like, this show has everything. This is everything.
Yeah.
And they have every type of nationality and everything. Oh man, it was just great. It had the power suits, and then the guy in black, he was all hyped about it too, and did the theme song and everything like that. It was just great. It was great. Though.
Who did he have to talk to sign off on all of that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What was the pitch? Like, okay, once we get these Power Stones, we're gonna have our very own Power Ranger team. And they're like, "Are you high?"
Yeah.
Favorite moments, JR.
Favorite. I think it was like when the townspeople like discovered that the kids got powers and they were all freaking out about it. I lost my mind. I was like, wow. And every time they use the powers, and there's like, calm down. It's not a big deal. And they keep freaking out even more. Oh my god. But yeah, another part I loved was the Power Rangers. I was like, oh man, I should hate these guys, but you're not selling it to me.
I couldn't even hate them like that.
No, I couldn't hate him.
Jimmy.
Favorite part. Let me see. So much happened. Fighting the aliens.
Which ones?
You remember it was like the dragons?
Oh, that yeah, man. When that dragon showed, I was like, that's a goddamn dragon. What?
Yeah, that was like that was Avengers Endgame like type endings. That last little part, I was like, damn son.
How about any moments that you didn't like, that didn't sit well with you? Before you guys answer that, let me get back to Noah. I forgot Noah because he be muting himself. I be forgetting Noah was there. No, you had any favorite moments in the show?
Yeah, I probably have too. I liked the moment when that I guess he was a fish alien and he was the gigantic fish alien and he suffocated to death because he couldn't breathe.
Oh,
why is that was a favorite part?
It was just because what's his name? Papa G. He was like, yo, we gonna bury him. But they didn't dig the hole deep enough, so they had to chop him up, and then left one of the clones traumatized. I enjoyed that part. That was great.
Papa G is a hitman.
The
mobster hitman.
It left him traumatized, dog. I couldn't believe it. I was like, dog. But my favorite part had to be when I can't really remember. I'm trying to remember, but I guess when Kid was upset that he was the comic relief, and then Chuck was just being an asshole, and he was like, "Yeah, see, your parents died, but you don't got the money, the gas." I was like, "Yeah, Chuck, talk your shit." And I really thought, I was like, yo, if Kid becomes the villain and he wanted to be the hero so bad, this show would be so godlike. Even though I knew it wouldn't happen, I was like, yeah, this show would be so godlike if this shit happens just like this. If he becomes the villain.
That would have been.
Yeah, with the way Chuck was talking to him and everything, and how the music changed, how the music changed during that time right there, and how his face, how Kid's facial expression changed and everything. It almost went there where he became the villain.
If he became the villain, this show would have been God tier. Off the rip, would have been God. I was like, yo, if he comes the villain, this show may be the greatest.
I would agree with that, but it would also, but I think it would make a lot more sense that he would take all the power for himself and just like, you know what, fuck these guys, I'll do it by myself.
I want him to be the villain so bad. I was like, oh my god,
it'd be just like that quote from Batman says, "You live long enough, see yourself.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain."
Oh man, if he would have became the villain after Chuck gave him that speech, I was like, look at Chuck, that's my boy. That's what I like to see.
That's why.
Was there any moment that you didn't like? No.
Didn't like. I don't think so.
Or any moment like you just was like, man, nah, they shouldn't have did that.
I don't know how. I don't know how I feel about the very end of the show, like how the cliffhanger, how they going to introduce season 2. I don't know if I like that or not.
Yeah,
really, the cosmic diner, cosmic highway thing.
Yeah,
I was like, now they're in space. I was like, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
They had to go. They had to go to the space. They had to go bigger because, like, the episode where they find that ship where the stones were, and then Kid finds that little scroll thing, and like if you pause right there, you can read a little bit of it. And apparently, at least from that thing, from what I read, apparently there's 13 stones.
Yeah, they said it's
not just 5.
Yeah, I just don't know how. I don't know if I just don't know. I guess I enjoyed the desert scenery. That's what all the shenanigans can happen. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see the season 2 to see if I liked it. But I was like, I don't know if that'll work.
I mean, he's called Kid Cosmic. Where else is he gonna go? But the Cosmic Heights.
That's not what I thought he was called.
Yeah, why they just had that type of gumption.
Yeah, it's like it's like they took a leap of faith, and it looked like it was too big of a leap. Like, dang, it's only the second season.
Yeah,
like,
they went way grander than what you thought.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't know how I feel about it until we see the next episodes and stuff.
You think it's more of a season 3 thing if they go into space?
I don't know. I just know one cartoon I liked that went to space, and it took a downturn from there.
You just think. I don't know. Do you think they probably went to the space thing? They did the space thing too early.
Maybe. I don't know. I just know it gave me an uneasy feeling. I was like,
It seemed a little rushed. It was like
it was like in space.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode, you just run back in the door like, hey, you know how everything was just good just 5 seconds ago? Well, apparently, nah.
Boom.
Let's go.
I mean, in that last episode, though, you did get a lot of lore that got dropped. You find out that the stones were from planets. They were actually planets of those aliens. You find out there's this dude, this big bat. We're just gonna call him Thanos because this is he's out there. He's out here beating up people and trying to get these stones, and so there's that. So they dropped that, and the stones in general came from dying planet. So like they had to go to space, but I get where you're coming from because I personally am okay with it because this felt like a comic book, and they do this stuff like this in comics all the time. They gotta have that. You gotta have that hook or cliffhanger where they bring you back for the next issue. they got to drop something big towards the end, so you be like, oh man, can't wait till the next issue.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, okay, yeah. I actually thought the season. I was like, yo, when the show was going, the last episode, I was like, are we not getting a season 2? Looks like this is a great ending.
Yeah.
I was like, this ending seems great. But and then all that happened. I just don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. It may ruin the show.
Okay.
But we'll see.
All right, Jimmy, I'm gonna get back to you. Any moments you didn't like?
I didn't like the fact of, they did him. Basically, they gave him Super Saiyan at the end, because like the whole time they're like, oh, his power is he can fly.
Yeah.
That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, it's like, oh no, you can't fly. You're a god tier.
Well, it wasn't like he was flying. They just said like you misinterpreted what the ring was doing. It's telepathy or so he had like psychic abilities instead of just flying. So that makes me believe that the other rings or the other gems,
powers,
the powers what they were doing were just like scratching the surface.
Yeah, I see that.
Because if you remember the ring that Joe had, where she just opened up portals, that was the squid lady, the queen and everything, and you saw her duplicating herself. So the portal thing might not even be the main thing of what the that thing can do. Hell, the gigantic thing, we don't even know if that's the thing, the gigantification one. And God knows what you really can do with the multiple man one.
I mean, hey, it's God tier as well. That's a hell of a power, man.
And then the spider sense or the future sight thing.
Okay.
Yo, that's the weakest one.
The future sight?
The future sight?
That's the one I wouldn't want.
Did you not see the Red Ranger?
Listen,
How beast he was?
I'm not saying it's a bad
leaves,
power. It's
but
just my
he barely
least
does
favorite.
anything.
I'm not saying it's a bad power. It's just my least favorite one. Like, yeah, Kid flying, Joe teleporting. Everybody else doing all this cool stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, guys, watch out for the enemy on the right. Yeah, I'll be upset.
I feel like the future sight is like a life hack because something about to go wrong. Oh, I could just avoid that and do it this way, and I'll get the result that I want.
It might be something else to that one because the robot guy who's in the red and black, he had the future sight thing. He was from that planet, and it seemed like he was doing a little bit more than just I can see the future.
I can see the future.
But we'll hold on that thought about the stones. I'm gonna get the JR. You tell me what you didn't like, and then we'll get to the stones.
What I didn't like. I guess it would be when. I'm trying to remember specifically what it was.
Well, I'll give you a little time. One of the things that really rubbed me, I just hate when it just happens in shows in general, especially shows that have like a kid protagonist. Was I know he did it for a good reason and everything, but at the same time, it's one of those things that it always backfires because they always do it as like a gag or something like that. But when when they was doing that little montage and you seeing Rosa get all the medals and everything, she got like 14 medals and all that junk, and then everybody else was getting medals except for Kid, and he wasn't really getting anything. I remember. And he was feeling so down and everything. And bless Papa G, bless him. But like he made that whole like you could tell it was like it's Papa G in a robot outfit with his using his power and everything. and it's just bad. And then they played it up as a joke because it was being recorded the whole time. Unfortunately, he took off the helmet, and then Chuck saw that, and you already knew Chuck had that shit eating grin right then. He was like, "Oh, I'm about to F his world up," and
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
I hate. They could have just, in my opinion, the way they did it, because I get why they did it, to make kid grow a little bit, because once he found out, he did lash out and everything, and then he stole the all the powers and everything. He did do somewhat good when he took all the powers though, because he was kind of OP when he did take them and started using them.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that.
But they could have just handled that way better. I get you basically tore him down to build him back up, but like that, I hate when shows do stuff like that, man, because it never just ends good. It never ends good. Like that's one of my, I guess, my pet peeves about the thing, about that particular moment. And then and I mean, besides Kid, at least early Kid, I mean, late Kid towards the end was great. He was very pleasant. He could probably turn out to be a great hero. But like early Kid, like for instance, in the first episode, he just blew off Rosa, and I was like, man, all she wanted to do was play, man. Dang, man. She wanted to be your friend.
Okay, so
and I'm like, dude, do not piss off the girl who can grow like into a building and fucking squash you. Like I was like, can you please not be a dick for like 10 minutes to this girl?
Yeah, and I do, and one of the other things I really love, freaking out, breathe it out.
The mantra.
Okay, so dare I ask you a question? Say, for instance, everything played out the way it did. Grandpa Jay did what he did. Kid took the credit for it and felt good. Chuck never said anything. Kid didn't find out. How would you feel about it?
Now I know the reason. I get where you come from. Now it did blow up after that it did blow up his head. His head did get big, like ridiculously big, after he believed he took down the whole thing. And I know without that moment, without him learning all that, and then everything going to shit afterwards, he wouldn't have grew. He might have would have grown, but like it just the way I probably would have felt after that, like even if let's just say the surveillance camera didn't even catch all that, and it was too and only Grandpa G knew, I would said they probably would have did it in a different way, where because clearly Grandpa loved him, but like if Kid got so obnoxious, like, man, I don't need y'all, I defeated the alien invasion all by myself, and at that point I would believe, because something similar like they did this in Ben 10, but Max handled it way better than Grandpa Max handled it way better than Papa G did. Granted, Grandpa Max was like a plumber and all that junk, but like they did something similar to this, and Ben 10, which is why I think Ben 10 is a great show. It's a classic, but they did something very similar to that, like this instance, and he used it more on the line like, stop thinking you a big shot, because you're not. He could have used it as a more learning tool instead of like ripping the band up, putting the Band-Aid over a gushing wound. It's just less. It's more of a pet peeve to me when they do that type of trope.
I would also agree.
But that was a great question. JR, you got your thing that you didn't like?
It was exactly what you said.
Oh, that? Oh.
Yeah, like as soon as you said it, I was like, oh, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah. That part. I hated that part.
Now, let me ask you guys, before I go into the episodes and everything, because we got about like 15 minutes. We're good. Making great time. Let me ask you guys, I'm gonna ask you two questions. Which of the 5 stones would you want, and which of the 5 stones do you think each person in the NWA would have? And I would say no, because they went around just like, yeah, Rosa was the muscle, Joe was the leader. They called Kid the comic relief, but he was actually the heart. What was the cat? What was the tuna fish?
The fuck.
The brains. It was tuna fish. The brains.
Brains. What? And then Papa G.
The brains. Papa G was the. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Who was the heart?
Kid was the heart.
Eh.
I believe I disagree with the show, and they designated everyone their assignments, and that's why I don't remember.
Oh, you disagree with all that?
Not all of it, but definitely like I don't think Kid was the heart.
Yeah, because the team themselves said Kid was the heart. Who do you think was the heart of the team?
I mean, he was the.
I felt like Joe was the heart.
Yeah. Joe, or even Rosa, but not Kid.
Yeah.
Not Kid.
Really? Kid? I mean, he the one who brought everybody together, made the team and everything.
He's probably the spirit of the team.
Yeah, I give it spirit, not the heart.
Not the heart.
Spirit.
Yeah.
He wants to be a hero. He doesn't want.
Yeah, he wants. That's his ambition. He's ambitious.
Yeah, but like at the end of the show, he realized, yeah, I want to be a hero, but I can, because he was like, yeah, Joe is the leader. He went up and like, yeah, Joe is the leader. I understand that I can't be the leader. Yeah, sure, I want to be a hero and everything, because he grew at that point, and that's where and that takes a lot for somebody who sees this like, this is what I want to be my whole life. I get a chance to do it now, but I also need to learn how to pump my brakes. I don't know. I don't know about, because maybe Rosa being the heart, maybe, but she didn't really do too much to like be the heart. Like Kid brought everybody together. Kid also was trying to keep everybody together as a team until the robot incident thing happened. There was a lot riding with Kid, and Kid, without him knowing, really, he was a part of each person who was in the team's life. Like, he did something for the cat. He did something for the cat. That's why the cat liked him, and the cat cared for him for so much. He's related to Papa G, which I don't even think he's related for real.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Something.
I don't even remember like them ever saying that they're related.
Rosa was supposed to be his best friend, and then Joe, she won, because you saw how she was in the beginning of the first episode, and she tried to get her mom off a Kid, so she protected him. So I would at least see like Joe would probably saw him as the weird kid who is like my brother or something like that. He could be the Michelangelo. But let's go around. JR, which stone would you want? And which stone do you think everybody here would have? Including Isaac. Because there's 5.
For me, I would go with teleportation. The portals. Yeah, I just think that's useful. Very useful. And I can use it in practical ways.
Yeah, it is very practical.
Yeah. I think Isaac would want flight because I know like his one superpower that he would want is to fly. Noah, I think he would have the embiggen power.
No, it's the muscle.
Like the yeah. For Walt, I think foresight.
I can see the future.
Yeah, yeah, I could see the future. And for Jimmy, the multiplication. Like based on his spider person, the multiplicity, which I still don't believe that's a real word.
Jimmy, which one? I'm sure the multiplicity is yours, right?
It is. It is.
Then go around.
Man,
Go around. And give everybody else the other rings.
okay. I'm gonna tell you. I think Noah would get the flight. I don't know why I think that, but I just think he would. Seems like he would want to fly. Yeah. Isaac, I think he would get the teleporters. Yeah, that would be a dope. Okay. Shin, you would still have mind powers. You would still have the future vision. You seem like you would just have future vision. It's just,
The power of foresight.
it just seems like I agree with it. Okay. And JR, get the remaining last power ring of seismic gargantuan.
Oh, JR's the muscle.
Dude, I don't want to be bigger than I already am.
That man is already massive, man. That man is already massive as is.
Huge.
All right, Noah. No.
I probably have the power of flight because these gas prices. Let's just get that out the way.
I'm not gonna lie. That's very good.
All right, give out the other four. Give out the other four, man.
Can't even hate him for that.
Walt, you'll have the vision one, even though that's the worst one in my opinion.
Everybody giving me the vision.
Isaac would get the giant one because he'll think he Godzilla.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
JR would have the portal one, the teleport one.
Yay.
And Jimmy was the easiest one. He'll have the multiple. What's it called?
Army of myself.
The multiplicity.
Multiplicity, yeah, that one.
All right. Before we close this out, y'all got any other words y'all want to say about Kid Cosmic before we get into this rating?
It's a good show. It's a good show. Watch it.
Hey man, the big brain aliens, the ones where their eyes be swirling. Hey, those shit's a little funny as hell.
All right. Well, going down the scores. I mean, I get this a perfect 10 out of 10. This is, at least for me, this was a perfect show for me. It was great. I know I have my qualms about it and everything, but this was a great cartoon. This is something I could revisit over and over. And I can't wait until the second season come out. JR. Out of 10 power rings.
So, the Mandarin rings. I'll give it a 9.
All right.
I liked it.
Jimmy.
I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 power rings, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Even though I thought some parts was pretty cheesy and cliche, 10 out of 10. I like it. Comedy was on point, animation was on point, voice acting was on point. Nobody's discussed the cat's voice. Cat's voice.
Yeah, the cat's voice was dope. Like
the cat's voice was the best.
The voice
the
acting
best
in
voice.
here, the voice acting in here was amazing too. It was great.
Oh yeah.
And Noah.
We're gonna give it a 9. 8.5. I think 8.5 is good.
Y'all and these decimals.
Yeah, decimals are important. They matter in life.
You don't even use decimals in real life.
Yes, I do.
I choose 10.0.
Name 6 times.
Name 6 times. I bet. Listen, I had to divide up my money, and I had to use decimals to do that. All right. Second time, I only could put half of my. I can only afford to put half a tank in my car. So you had a decimal.
That's a fraction.
Fraction decimals are the same thing. 0.5, 1/2. That's the same thing. Don't do this math with me, dog.
No, it's not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Now, y'all realize that right now y'all arguing about math and y'all are nerds with attitude.
Yes, tell us in the
gas
comments. Tell us in the comments below if you think these gas prices are ridiculous, and you should watch Kid Cosmic. We from the N.W.A Nerds with attitude. Wish you a great night and morning or afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. You dislike too, we don't care. And you have a good one, you wonderful, beautiful nerd. Deuces.